How do we worship God with our whole being? I think that's one of the challenges for those of us who are believers is that we want to worship God with our whole being, but there always seems to be some part that we're holding back or that we're neglecting, incorporating into worship. And one of the things that I'm astounded by is how much our emotions can get in the way of us really worshiping God with our whole being. So I'm reminded of Psalm 9, verse 1, which teaches us in a way how to worship God with our whole heart, with our whole set of emotions. It says, I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will recount all your wondrous deeds. As the psalmist is writing this, he's showing us not just that he's worshiping God, that he's choosing to worship God with his whole heart, but he's showing what that looks like and what gets him into a place where he's worshiping God with his whole heart, with all of his emotions. And that's that he's recounting God's wonderful deeds. Now, granted, the psalmist didn't go through and name every single one of God's wonderful deeds because he wasn't even aware of every single wonderful deed, a wonderful thing that God had done. But he's actively choosing to seek through and to go through his life and to go through the scriptures being like, all right, God, thank you for doing this. God, you did this, you did this, you did this. The more that we give thanks to God, the more that we remember everything good that God has done, the more grateful that we become. And the more that we want to thank God with our whole heart, with our whole being, with our entire life. And so if you are in a place in your life right now where things aren't going the way that you want them to, and you're frustrated, and that's spilling over into how thankful you are towards God, take some time today and recount, write down, say out loud things that you have seen God do. And the more we recognize, the more that we point out, all right, God, you did this, you did this, you did this, you blessed me this way, you blessed my family this way, you blessed the church this way, you showed up for someone who doesn't even know you, love you, or follow you. But God, I see it and I'm thankful that will spill over into every area of our lives. And our gratitude will grow, and so will our wholehearted worship of God. Recount his wonderful deeds today and grow in your ability to worship God with your whole heart.